Why are we so afraid of being alone? And let's start with me. You know, me, I'm a single child. I've come from very humble beginnings. I've come from a very isolated period in my life. But why am I always afraid of being alone? I could always look at it as like, oh, maybe it's a trauma-based thing. Maybe it's an emotional thing. But I'd say for me, being alone is a state of mind that I've always been in because, again, being a single child, I did have cousins, I did have family to look out for me and everything like that. But as a single child, you have so much time alone that you've kind of get into the mode of I need to get this done by myself. You can't rely on people because that's how it is in life for you. And again, I'm blessed enough and lucky enough to have a two-parent household. I can imagine single child with one parent household, you know. So you understand that being afraid of being alone is not a bad thing. It's actually an okay thing. Be okay with being alone. But you need to understand that being alone is normal. That's what people don't understand. People constantly need noise, entertainment, drama, someone to talk to. They always need something going on. But bro, in society, like where our brains are cooked, we shouldn't be living like that. We should be pushing forward. We should be okay with being alone. And that's the one thing I hated, no noise. I always, say for example, if I'm in the shower, I have to have music playing. If I'm doing something, I have to have something playing in the background or like white noise or anything like that. But why? Being alone is normal. Like hearing the crickets squeaking or hearing the birds chirping or hearing the rooster cocooing, whatever. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't be afraid of being alone. We should always look forward to that alone time. And sometimes we shouldn't even look forward for that alone time because that being alone time can just be in an instant, especially with social media nowadays. Like people are always used to being around other people. People want to do stuff on the weekend. Like it's okay to have sometimes on a Friday night, not go out with friends and just be by yourself. And again, of course, I feel like now it gets glamorized to be by yourself all the time or be alone at home, which is a good thing, but they're still using entertainment, still watching a movie, still doing something at home. What about sitting in peace for 10 minutes, be in the word, be with God? And again, I'm talking to myself as well because I make this YouTube channel to give wisdom, but I also watch my videos again, you know, just to kind of get information and get the wisdom back. Because again, I write my notes and read out and speak out all that I need to speak out, but I use it as well myself. So it's not just you guys using the information, it's myself using the information as well. Being alone forces you to confront your thoughts. That's a scary thing for a lot of people. Damn, I don't want to confront my thoughts. People can't even sit still for 1 minute because being alone will shake them up. Literally, people will get panic attacks or anxiety attacks from being alone. And again, we do have to kind of look about the whole thing of people that have trauma-based or emotional-based, you know, traumas to not being alone. So I understand that. But if you're just like a regular person like me, you should be okay to be sitting by yourself for 2 minutes without anything, without any type of entertainment, even not reading a book. Like sit and face a wall. If you put 99% of people against a white wall for 1 hour, people will need to go to the mental hospital. And I'm talking about regular people. 99% of regular people put them in front of a wall for 1 hour, a white wall, like in a room, 4x4 room basically, and stare at a wall for 1 hour, they can't do it. I'm not gonna lie, like I'll be struggling as well. I'll probably be in the mental institute as well after. But some people really go crazy because they're so used to constant noise around them. And I'm not talking about white noise, I'm just talking about noise in general, social media, entertainment, friends, family, whatever that is, noise is there. And again, I always bring it back to me. I'm the same person that needs music or I need something to get into the shower. Why do I need music to get in the shower? My ancestors will get in the shower. They won't even get in, they'll go in the river and probably washing themselves off with a bucket. I need Drake playing. What? Doesn't make sense. And one thing kind of clocked is a lot of people are not afraid of loneliness. They're afraid of what they'll discover when everything gets quiet. Because that's when people's real demons will come out. And again, if you're a Christ follower like me, that's when the enemy wants you to be distracted at all times. We live in a world where distraction is free. The product is you. Your eyes are the product. You viewing someone's thing is your product. You looking at this video is product role. But again, I want you to understand that even now after this video, turn everything off. Be alone. Understand that it's normal to be alone. Of course, everything gets quiet, everything gets kind of spooky, but you're going to be normal. That's going to happen. If you just sit down in silence for 5 minutes, you're not going to die. I use the same thing when I take cold showers. I hate them. I've been doing it for the last 6-7 years in the morning. But my first thing I say is I'm not going to die. I'll go in, it's cold. For the first 15-20 seconds, I get used to it, but it's still cold. You still gotta go through it. I feel like there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Being alone is like where you're actually forcing yourself to be alone. Like you're in isolation, you don't really get out of your room. Like people that in their basements most of the time. That's kind of like being alone. It's out of your own will. But I feel like being lonely, again, there's a lot of people that get bullied or they don't have friends or they don't have family and they're just lonely. So they're kind of forced to be lonely and they got to put themselves out there, which kind of makes introverts. But again, not everyone has to strive to be an extrovert. It's okay to be an introvert. That's normal. For me personally, I'm more of a, if there's a word for the middle, like I'm an introvert and extrovert, like I'm in the middle. I don't know the word. If you guys know the word, just put it in the comments. For me, I think that what helps me is like learning to be alone can teach me a lot about independence and my self-awareness. And again, I'm still in the process of being alone by myself by force, if you know what I mean. Like not by force, but like because I'm a single child, everything I've done has been alone most of the time. And I've always looked to be a companion with other people or talk with other people, which is kind of why I can kind of yap along with a lot of people, which is what I'm trying to work on now. Trying to get my yapping levels to maybe about 20%. But again, as I told you guys, being alone by myself intentionally has helped me a lot, but it's kind of cons as well instead of pros. There's been a lot of pros about being alone, but I wouldn't say I am lonely because I do have family and I'm blessed to have, like, you know, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And even in one of my other videos that I have, Bishop Mari, he's from Western Sydney. He says in the video, like, you can lose your mother, Jesus will nurture for you. You can lose your father, Jesus can be the provider for you. You can lose your brother, sister, husband, wife, grandma, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. But once you lose Jesus, you lose everything. So that's why I always try to preach my message of be Christ-like. I'm not saying you to be a Christian or anything. Try to build a relationship with Jesus Christ. Just ask in your heart, Jesus, if you're real, make yourself known to me. I guarantee you will make yourself known to you. Again, you guys know I like to correlate a lot of my videos with the word. So in Luke 5:16, I'll read it out to you guys. So he himself often withdrew into the wilderness and prayed. This is Jesus that is talking about. Jesus, throughout his life, repeatedly would walk away from crowds or withdraw from crowds to go spend time and pray. Jesus was one of the most famous people in the world, but he still went out to go find times of solitude, times of being alone intentionally, which is why I'm trying to preach in this message. Use your intentional time to be alone. You will understand so much more about yourself. You might even heal like some deep traumas just by being by yourself and kind of talking to yourself and understanding your thoughts. You might heal some deep traumas, or you might go through some, you know. Being alone isn't automatically a bad thing. I want people to get out of that mindset. Sometimes silence is what you need to hear, but you've been avoiding it. So again, I do ask you, why are you afraid of being alone? Ask yourself that.